Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Deep Rock Galactic. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zarel. Let's get to it. So today we're playing the Deep Dive, codenamed Murderous Bluff. But before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. Stage 1 of the Deep Dive has Haunted Cave, a Quarks, and Crystallized Morkite. Haunted Cave, of course, means that there is an invulnerable detonator that walks around and hunts you down, or at least one member of your team at all points in time. So keep your eyes open for that, and stay away from them, as it doesn't do any range damage, but it will take you out once you get in within melee range. So slow, but very, very dangerous. And there's nothing you can do about it other than just stay away from it. So one of the things that you can do is have one person be the decoy for it. Quarks, you're going to look for those blue flecks on the level and dig towards the blue glowing rock, which is the quark, and then go and drop it in the rig. Because it is an quark mission, you will have to take everything to the rig. There's no mule to be had on this particular level. Crystallized Morkite, you're going to dig up just like any other mineral with your pickaxe. You're going to look for that grayish blue glow on the sides of the level. So as we're going through, one of the things you can do if you have 2 or more people is you can have one person that is relatively close to the ghost detonator and just kind of string it along just outside of its melee range. It'll only target that person and just take it around in a circle. Obviously, you have to have an area large enough that you can go around without getting smashed to bits by it. But that's something that you can think about. Now, once you have all the quarks and the crystallized morkite, send the rig up into orbit and call in the dropship. Now, you will have to defend for about 2 minutes before the dropship arrives, and even after the countdown hits 0, you're still going to have to wait about 30 seconds before the drop pod shows up on the level. So this is a good time to point out that the Deep Dive is a 3-stage raid-like environment where you can play by yourself with your buddy Bosco, or with up to 3 other players, either pre-made or match-made. You can do this completely solo. This first stage is going to be a little bit rough because the detonator is only going to be coming after you if you're the only person on your team. But it is doable. It will be difficult, more difficult than if there's at least one other player on your team. So completely possible to do it solo, but it will be more difficult and will take longer. Anytime you're in the Haunted Cave modifier, it will be more difficult playing solo than playing in a group. So that's it for stage number 1. Moving on to stage number 2.
Nicely done. Express elevator to helm, heading out.
All right, stage number 2 of the Deep Dive. This time around, we have mini mules and a dreadnought. This time there are no modifiers, which is great because having 2 stages with Haunted Cave would be taxing, to say the least. So keep your eyes and ears open for those mini mules. You'll see the green flash and also hear a ping. Dreadnoughts, of course, are the boss-like creatures of Deep Rock Galactic. This time around, we got the Glyphid Dreadnought, which has fireballs and a immune phase, shielded phase and damage phase. Also spawns swarmers and pounds the ground in an area of a effect attack. So you don't want to stay close to it. You want to be farther away. But you need to be able to hit that weak point in order to do any damage. And of course to take the shield down. So in a group of 2 or more, once again, advantageous to have more than one person playing on the deep dive in this stage as well. Have one person where the dreadnought is facing you and then your teammate can shoot it in the weak point, or vice versa. You can shoot it in the weak point and your teammate can kind of run around. Either way, it'll work out. Just rinse and repeat. Get it to the damage phase quickly and then do as much damage as quickly as possible to mitigate any potential damage that the dreadnought's going to do. Now once you have all of the mini mules fixed and the dreadnought taken care of, you can start the next step to get out of this stage, which is repairing the uplink to the derelict drop pod. It is a zone control. Just stay in that area, that bubble, for everything to top off, and then you're going to do it again for refueling. Now, you don't have to worry about enemies getting into the bubble as far as progression goes, because they won't change the progression, but they will try to change the state of your life. They'll try to end you. So keep the enemies out of the bubble. And of course, the more people that are in the bubble, the faster it goes. The fewer people, the slower it goes. And if nobody's in there, then you start losing progress rapidly. So always have at least one person alive within that bubble. Once you get to 100%, then you can move on. If you get down to 0% for some reason, you failed, and you'll have to restart the deep dive from stage 1. Now, once you have the refuel done, then you just have to wait for the boot up sequence of the drop pod, which is going to take 90 seconds. So you can run around the level to avoid damage from the enemies, or you can defend the area around the drop pod. Either way, it'll kind of depend on your ammo situation. But once it gets to 0, get on the drop pod and get out, because you'll only have a minute before it takes off without you. So once it gets close to 0, make sure that you're making your way to the drop pod if you're not there already. And don't forget, everything carries over from one stage of the deep dive to the next, including what's in your pockets if you didn't have a chance to drop it in the drop pod. So that's it for stage number 2. Moving on to stage number 3. Alright, stage 3 of the deep dive. This time around we have the parasite modifier, which of course, whenever you kill an enemy that is medium size or larger, it'll drop 1 or more parasites, which you also have to contend with. This time around we're doing liquid morkite and crystallized morkite. It's double the more for double the fun. So crystallized morkite, just like stage number 1, you're going to look for that blue-gray glow along and around the level and dig it out with your pickaxe, just like you would gold or nitra. And then liquid morkite, there are 3 geysers that you have to find on the level. So the geysers, you're going to look for the blue plumes of fire that are shooting out, and of course the smoke that comes out of those geysers of liquid morkite, so that you'll be able to call in the pump jack and then build out the framework and then build out the pipeline in order to pump that out. But you have to do that for each one.
However, we still have malfunctions in the system.
Now, of course, you're going to be looking for gold and nitra in every stage of the deep dive. Gold, of course, will get you more credits at the end of the deep dive, and nitro will keep you flush with ammo and health during the deep dive. So they're both important for different reasons. And always make sure that you grab a special brew from the Abyss Bar before you start the deep dive. There's no wrong answer when it comes to the special brews, especially during the deep dive, because you get 3 stages of benefit instead of just one mission. So it's always a good thing to be using that particular advantage whenever possible. Now, once you have all of the crystallized morkite and you have all of the pump jacks hooked up to the rig, you can start digging, or you can start refining that liquid morkite. You'll see the progress on the right hand side. The percentage will go up. At some point you will start having leaks in the system, and you'll have to find the leaks and repair them. But once you get to 100%, you send the rig into orbit, wait for that drop pod to show up, and then make your way out. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
Pump sequence at 75%. You're doing good. The pipelines are jammed. You need to maintain them. This pipeline is fixed, but there are more outstanding issues.
Ammo taken. Yeah, some sugar. Look into my eyes.
Pipeline repaired, but other pipelines are still malfunctioning.
I'm not scared of you. Watch me go!
Machinery is running again. Well done.
Rock on!
Bugs, get ready.
Breaking on the faucet. Shield up, getting supplies. Fly, baby, fly. Pow! We rock! Look at the sparks!
Well done. Cargo rocket is returning to orbit. We're sending in the drop pod to get you out. Hang tight.
Ready to kill some more crates. Red sugar! Stingtail down! Look what I found! Resupply ordered!
Supply pod requisitioned. Launching now.
I ordered a resupply!
Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes.
Resupply ordered!
Nitro's been withdrawn and supply pod is inbound.
Time to restock! Here, get it!
Supply pod launched. Better stand back.
I'm not one of them, you knobhead! None can stand before
Retrieving escape pod.
the Carl! You! Yeah!
プレイステーション